Hi everybody, welcome to my creative space. Lovely to have you here. Today I'm going to be doing a little sketchbook painting. It was always my dream to take just a blank page and turn it into something beautiful. And so that's what I'm going to try and do today, and I'd love for you to join me. I'm going to be sharing some tips on painting and how I kind of create a painting with the layers involved. Sometimes it's nice not to have that pressure of a big canvas and just take a sketchbook and just do a relaxed painting session. And I'm going to be using acrylics, and I've got a couple of flat edge paintbrushes to really help give it that impressionistic feel. Now, my first tip to painting something that looks more realistic is to use a reference photo. This isn't cheating, but it does allow you to capture those more realistic shapes and colours. And I always start with the first layer to kind of think about what's in the very background of the image. That way we can create these lighter tones for the darker values and the trees to sit on top of. So I'm popping down the lightest colours that I can see as a nice backdrop. And now I'm starting to sketch in kind of where I want some of those key elements like the pathway, and I'm also adding in some blue shades. Now you might wonder, why is she adding blue? That's not on the reference photo. Now this actually comes down to colour temperature, and this is one of the tricks I've learned in my time of being an artist, is that you can use colour temperature to really give that illusion of distance. Now we all want to create more depth in our paintings, don't we? And this is one of those key things that you can do in your paintings. And actually in a few days I'm going to be doing a free live workshop. It's going to be a private class just for those registered, where I'm going to go way more in depth into this process of adding depth into your paintings. So if that's something that you'd like to add into your paintings, then please do join us. I'll pop the link below. But back onto why I've added blue in the background. Blue is a cool colour, which means that it recedes or gives that illusion of it receding. And then we can use warmer colours in the foreground to feel like they are closer up to the front. And that's one of the tricks. Another one is values. That's where in the distance we can keep the values close together, meaning that there's not a lot of contrast, whereas in the foreground we can add those sharp hits of contrast with the light and dark, which really make it look dramatic and make it feel like you are close up to it. So those are two of the biggest tips of adding depth into your artwork. Like I say, I'm going to go a lot more into detail into these in the free workshop, so please do join us there. I always love this part of a painting because it's where things quickly shift and start to change, and that's because we put time and proper effort into the backdrop, into the foundational elements of the painting before adding those details. And this is one of the mistakes I used to make when I first started painting. I would go straight in with the trees and the details just because I wanted it to like look realistic. Whereas actually now I realise that we first have to set those foundations. It's almost like the foundations of a building have to go in before you start decorating the walls, right? And so when you kind of add this into your process, it makes this part way more fun because it actually works and you can see your vision really coming to life. And this is an example of how I'm using the warmer colours up at the front to add, it's kind of like a golden glow that I'm going for. And it's a great example of how you can use a reference photo but kind of change it to add your own elements, or you can really push those boundaries of a colour. So if something has a hint of a colour, you can push it to the maximum saturation to give it that glow. Now something I love to do in the later stages of a painting is use a glazing fluid. This one's by Golden, and when you mix this in with especially a transparent colour, it kind of gives you a nice way to add a bit of saturation and vibrancy, but still seeing the colours and the layers underneath too. And that's why I love glazing fluid, because it gives you that maximum control, especially if a colour is usually opaque and it just kind of hides what's underneath. A glazing fluid is lovely because it's really transparent, so you can just build up those layers gradually. I'll be going way more in depth on the topic of depth in the free workshop happening. So if you feel like your paintings ever look a bit flat, this workshop is definitely for you. And the last time I ran this in November, people loved it and had huge breakthroughs. It is a live workshop, so I can also answer any questions that you've got. But please do register through the link in the description box or in the comment section, because it is a private class just to make sure that it's a really safe space just for those that really want to learn that. And honestly, I love teaching painting, but more than that, I love for you to be able to take a blank page or canvas and create a painting that you love and feel confident in. That's truly my passion. So let me know in the comment section if you've registered, and if you've got a question, pop it there and I'll make a note of it to cover it in the live Q&A section at the end of the workshop. And I'm excited to see you there. So I'll see you on Monday the 16th. Bye.